So here we are with another, like 10 years too late, review on a video game. Dead Space 2. Well, it certainly feels like a follow-up. Without getting into major spoilers for a 10-year-old game, my generalized review would say prettier and better polished than the first. That would be the tagline. So, to break it down, the major highlight from replaying the first Dead Space for me recently was the audio design. Obviously, as a 13-year-old game, it's not winning any beauty pageants. Not that it looks bad by any means. And the second one follows suit. But at the same time kind of falls flat. The mysterious whispers and such aren't as noticeable in 2, but the sputters of water, gurgles, and growls of the undead all ring through very well. And now they've gone and voiced Isaac. I'm not sure where to stand on this. The voice acting is pretty good, in my untrained opinion. Nothing seems too cheesy, well except a one-liner spouted from Isaac at a certain point in the game.
Time to go.
But all in all, it's still very solid audio-wise. Perhaps I'm just not as impressed because I very recently played the first one and was just blown away because I didn't know that level of immersion existed in the game. The second game, however, goes all in on the visual aspect of it, and they want you to know this right from the start. And it continues throughout. The lighting is pretty good. There's fog, smoke, drips of water, plenty of visceral detail, and particle effects that just didn't exist so much in the first game. So what they lost for me in the audio design, they regained in the visual design of the game. There are some places in Dead Space 2 that even for a 10-year-old game are just beautiful to look at. I mean, who knew that walls painted in blood could be so gorgeous? As well as adding in more animated movements, more movement, and a myriad of new enemy designs. The particle effects really stand out in some parts. I generally think Dead Space 2, for its age, looks really good. Also, already stated, one of the major improvements over the first game is just overall polish. And I think just a feel of it. One of those hard to explain exactly how it's different, but you feel it's different kind of things, is the locator function of the game. It's so much smoother, as even in Dead Space 2, it kind of stops you in your tracks and slightly turns you in the direction of your objective. But it feels better than it did in Dead Space, as well as allowing you to choose to track your objective, a store, or a workbench for when you need to upgrade or trade things in for storage. And this is a feature when playing the first you won't realize you need, but it's the type of quality improvement that you'll easily take for granted after you realize how useful it can really be. And another major fun addition from Dead Space 2 is the ability to actually fly around in the zero-G areas. Whereas in Dead Space 1 you were stuck, quite literally, with magnetic boots and only being able to jump from one surface to another. Dead Space 2 gives you full-on multiple-axis space movement with little jet thrusters. Think Iron Man, but not Iron Man, Isaac Clarke. Anyway, these movements can be a bit disorienting the first time you experience it, but it quickly grows on you, and you look forward to your next space flight. Really, other than that, the game mostly plays the same. Some new weapons being added, most of which I didn't actually use in my playthrough. I like the pulse rifle, the plasma cutter is a must-have, and I like the line gun for crowd control. This is where Dead Space 2 kind of loses it for me. I still won't spoil it for anyone, but I will spoil Dead Space 1 now, to an extent. So you've been warned. Dead Space 1 is a trip to the unknown, and it feels like the entire way through the game, even having experienced it before, playing Dead Space 1 again really felt like that. Well, it's a journey, and it becomes extraneous, bordering tedious by the end of the 8-ish hour campaign, but that also in this case kind of adds to the pressure. It's good you feel tired of it. Isaac would feel tired of it. The whole plot becomes centered around escape. It's your only hope. Get off this cursed ship. And it's tense and frustrating in all the best ways. Dead Space 2 is not that. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but for me, as in all reviews being opinionated and have no justification in your opinion about a game, because we all have our own opinions, that's where Dead Space 2 kind of loses the charm of the first because of familiarity. I stand by thinking that the Dead Space series is almost a collection of forgotten gems, or just unknown gems. If you've played them before and you still have the games, maybe it's time for you to play through them again as well. And if you've never played them, it's definitely a franchise worth your time. And Dead Space 2 is a lot of players' favorite. So, if you have to have a mass consensus for your gaming pleasure, this is the one as far as I know. But that's what this is for, to tell you what I enjoyed about the game and to guide you to hopefully find some joy yourself. As far as Dead Space 1 and 2 are concerned, if you enjoy survival horror games, tense moments, and mystery, and, well, never-ending tension, this is it. It's also nice to be able to finish a game in just a day or two in a massive modern-day open-world everything, where every campaign has to be like 80 plus hours. It's a nice change of pace to play a game that you can finish in 1 or 2 sittings, dependent on your time frame. So, to recap, prettier and better polished than the first. Hope everything finds you well. Thanks to my patron, Swift Logic. Remember to be safe, be good, and I hope to catch you in the next video. I'm currently live streaming Dead Space 3. I'm about finished with it. It'll all be coming up on YouTube soon enough. And I'll be doing a review video for Dead Space 3 as well. So, hope to catch you there.